Myself 5 minutes to question. Oh, pardon me, Senator Coons, you want to go ahead? Okay. Yield myself 5 minutes, and I thank the panel. Thank you for your willingness to serve. Thank you for putting yourself through this process. I'd like to begin with you, Mr. Chipman. Much of in fact, the majority of homicides involving firearms involve handguns. Is that correct?
That's correct. And thank you for the question, Senator.
What steps do you intend to take, should you be confirmed, to stop the proliferation of illegal handguns and reduce the level of gun violence involving handguns on American streets?
Thank you, Senator. The top priority of ATF will be a focus on firearms trafficking by focusing on the illegal transfer of guns from lawful commerce into illegal commerce, the selling and illegal dealing of guns to criminals is the best way to prevent crime with guns. The ultimate responsibility of ATF is to do what is within our powers to prevent those offenders from ever getting a handgun if they can't lawfully possess it in the first place.
Thank you, Mr. Chipman. And this is a question for both you and Ms. Milgram, please. We've seen a significant increase in violent crime across the country over the last year. In the city of Atlanta, for example, homicide has increased 60% year over year. I was recently out at a park in my neighborhood with my wife and dear friends celebrating our friend's son's 1-year-old birthday party, and gunfire erupted at that park. A group of young people who had been fighting moved several blocks west throughout the afternoon. Gunfire erupted again. 15-year-old girl was killed, 2 young people wounded. Will each of you, Mr. Chipman and Ms. Milgram, please commit to joining me in Georgia, should you be confirmed, to meet with leaders in local and state law enforcement, as well as community leaders, the Atlanta Police Department, the Fulton County Sheriff's Office, to discuss how we can tackle and reverse this disturbing trend of increased violent crime and homicide that's taking lives and doing grievous harm to so many families?
Yes, Senator. I'd be delighted to join you if I'm confirmed.
Thank you, Ms. Milgram. Mr. Chipman?
Yes, Senator. I'd welcome the opportunity to visit Atlanta, visit our Atlanta Field Division, and visit ATF's critical lab that's located there.
Thank you. I'm going to ask you a similar question about 2 other areas of my state that have seen comparable significant increases in violent crime over the last year. The city of Savannah is experiencing an outbreak of homicides and shootings at levels not seen in 3 or 4 years. Last fall in Savannah, violence escalated from on average a shooting every 3 days to one every other day. Will you similarly please commit to joining me to meet with Savannah's political leadership, Mayor Van Johnson, the Savannah Police Department, and the Chatham County Sheriff's Office to discuss how to reduce violent crime in and around Savannah, Georgia?
Senator, I would commit to you that I believe that violence is critically important that we address it. And if I'm confirmed, I'm happy to assist you in any way with any meetings or otherwise, and any other members of this committee in any way that I can.
Thank you. Mr. Chipman?
Senator, thank you very much for the opportunity to again go to your state and meet with local law enforcement, which is ATF's role to support in their efforts to prevent violent crime.
It is indeed. And so, Mr. Chipman, in the same vein, I'd like to also ask you if you'll please make the same commitment to meet with me and the leadership of Augusta's Police Department, the Richmond County Sheriff's Office, and leaders in and around Augusta, Georgia, to discuss similarly increasing rate of violent crime in the Augusta area.
Yeah. Senator, I agree that I will commit to that visit, and it'll be nice to visit a place of Georgia I have never visited.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your willingness to serve. Thank you again for putting yourselves through this process. Senator Blackburn's recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you so much. And to our witnesses, thank you for bearing with us today as we have been in and out. Mr. Chipman, I'm going to come to you. There's been a lot said about your affiliations and the organizations and how that might influence your work at the ATF. And one of the things that I hear from Tennesseans is They want the